Momentum did shift at some point. I mean, Swys, you speak about that first 36 minutes of the game. But the momentum did shift quite heavily towards Argentina, particularly in the opening stanzas of that second half, where the Boks had to bear quite a lot of it. Jono, how did it come right for them to not end up trailing at that point in time? Because we had to then change mindset from 900% attack to now shifting back and going, okay, how do we put our defensive systems together?
Again, it comes down to our defense. You know, you ask the questions in terms of how we actually managed to stem the tide that was coming at us from Argentina. I think our defense was actually manned up. And I know, Swys, you picked up quite a very nice clip where you actually show our work rate within our defensive system. Maybe we should go there and maybe we can unpack it a little bit.
Yeah, what I do really enjoy about our defense and our system, it's not only the tackling, it's the role that 9 plays with his winger. Now, I've got 2 clips for you. Yeah, here's the one that you'll see absolute, and I want you to have a look how many Springboks on their feet, how they back their system. There comes the kicking option, and you've got 2 guys there, 11 and 2, scrambling back. They're working together, and with the other try, I'll show you just now as well, the other clip as well. Brilliant stuff from 11 and bad bounce of the ball there. The forwards, Ever's got time to get back. We set it up again. Hendricks is involved there. Mapimpi stays on the blind. What is my concern here, though, is with the fold defence, Mackie, that we use, we lose the numbers completely. Pieter-Steph comes around with a slide and he opens up the door and they score there. If you look from behind, look at Hendricks and look at especially Mapimpi's work rate back. And on the other try that they saved, I'll ask the producer now to show it, that exactly the same thing happened. Well, if you play for time like that and you cover back, and 9 and 11 understands their sweeping role, and especially on the blind and when it's open field to work there, I want the rest of the pack to adjust with them quicker and sooner. And don't allow an overfold or overslide is the new term we use, because you're not folding, you're sliding. There Pieter-Steph comes, he's folding, and it opens it up. Look at the numbers. 10 Springboks, so I'm lying. 8 Springboks this side, 8 of the Argentinians there. It was definitely not scanning, picking up the runners and making sure that we cover all the holes.
But even from the setup, I mean, if you look at the setup, you know, Mapimpi and Hendricks are actually getting involved in the collision in the first launch. They should have actually been recycled to the blind side to cover, on the blind side. That, for me, was actually the first mistake in our setup. Hence, the Argentinians saw the space and it actually gave that cross kick. For me, once you launch just outside the 15, it is a difficult space to defend at. Why? Because the 2 last guys in the lineup, they must decide are they going to fold or are they going to stick on the blind side? And for me, that's always a grey area. So again, if you are smart in your attack, just look for those opportunities where you can actually decide, or you actually ask the questions for the defense to fold or to stay on the blind side. That for me was the first thing where I think we actually went wrong. And from there on, we just kept scrambling, and the Argentina just kept getting quick ball.
Can you put that responsibility on a player's shoulders? You're looking at an outside centre or maybe a fullback or someone who is, for instance, sweeping. To put that responsibility, you always see rugby players in the field clapping and going crazy, and you're going, whose responsibility then does it become to go numbers open side or numbers blind side?
That's a great question. That is why you have a defensive system. So your system operates at certain areas of the field. Hence, when I'm saying about Mapimpi and Hendricks, the overflow, or actually being not recycling to the opposite side, that's how you build your system together. So a lot of times we hear people speaking about systems and attacking shape, but your system is there to manipulate other space or to outsmart attack on defense. So I'm hoping I'm answering your question.
I've got a clip there, Sam, a better one, where I want to talk about where they kicked as well, where you're 9 and Mapimpi again with Hendricks. If you can defend well in your system, Mackie referred to it, but you've got your sweepers clever as well, it's very hard to penetrate. Because what you're doing, you're killing the attacking options for the opponent. If you see it, have a look at this one. This is the one that I really enjoy. We're scrambling now, we're in real big trouble. I'll show it from the back and the viewer will get a better idea. Again, 9 and 11, killing that space. With Kane and Moody's got a great tackle. Have a look what happens from the back view on the specific one. There you see the pass, right in the tram lines, on the blind. You've got 9 covering close and Mapimpi wider. Have a look how they stay inside the ball and trust the front guys to put pressure. There the kick comes. It's now almost advantage. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We feel that ball well. It slips back to them. Now suddenly they've got the numbers. Now most teams there would have scored because there's a definite 5 or 4 on 3. Moody, you are brilliant. I understand why in the team. He holds for time. He makes a great tackle. Mapimpi and Hendricks, they stayed linked. They stayed together. And now Mapimpi is backing Hendricks to go for the kill, and he's watching the inside. Should be a ball inside, Mapimpi will cover him. So, guys, for me, our Springbok covering with those two guys and with Moody is from the best in the world. So it's not only how we tackle and how we maul and how we kill and how we destroy. We can keep a scoreline down. Teams don't score a lot against us because we sweep so well. And now in nines, especially with Faf as well on the blind, brilliant stuff from Hendricks. I understand now why they pick him as number 1.
Absolutely.
And why Mapimpi is working so well with the scrum of that covers. Guys, there, most international teams would have scored. 3 guys, Moody, Hendricks, Mapimpi, covered that whole situation. And what happened, as Hendricks went, he trusted his inside.